And good morning. It's always a pleasure to have Karen Onen with me. She represents the East Central Regional Transportation Coordinating Council. And we've been having these conversations a couple times a month now for at least 6 months. And there's so much to cover when it comes to transportation in our area. And there has been struggles along the way, and that's one of the reasons Karen's here is to help coordinate, that's where that word comes in, transportation and really make more available to people in our area. It's just that simple. And we've had a lot of different chats over the time, but we are excited this morning. Karen, I'm going to let you introduce Ellen.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for listening in today. And I'm excited today that we have Ellen Fordahl, who is an Isanti County bus driver with Arrowhead Transit. And I had the wonderful opportunity of riding the bus with Ellen a month or so ago. We were doing a survey, and I was actually meeting some folks that were coming onto the bus and doing the survey one-on-one with them. But you know, in between times, I had the opportunity to chat with Ellen, and I found her to be such a warm and welcoming person, and I wanted you all to meet her. So, Ellen, hello.
Good morning. It's nice to be with you this morning.
Well, thank you. I want to talk a little bit about your background.
Well, I moved to Isanti County when I was in my early 20s, and I have now lived here for 40 years. I came from the Twin Cities, so I had no experience in the rural area at all. And to be involved in rural transit is kind of a long and winding road.
No pun intended.
But,
right?
But that's correct. I married a Cambridge boy. We raised our family here in the Cambridge area, and now I live in rural Isanti County. And I had a lot of years of experience working at Grandview Christian Home, which was the nursing home in Cambridge at that time, and then transitioned from that to driving a school bus, and that was lots of fun. I love the kids, but as my children grew up and left the home, I needed to find something that was a real full-time job. So I came and started working for Heartland Express, which was the rural transit that was in Isanti County at that time. And we've now been transitioned to working for Arrowhead Transit. So that's my long and winding road.
I think your background, not just bus driving with the kiddos, but also your time working at a nursing facility, you have the heart for this, and that's what we're trying to reach in is give people that idea of how you can work in a different variety of jobs, but the heart of it is what it's all about, and you have just the perfect personality for this. And again, you've been doing this for how long? I used to be Heartland Express and now for Arrowhead. How long have you been doing this, dear?
7 years. So I have driven lots and lots of seniors in our area, which is just a delight. You know, everyone has their own story, and it is so interesting to find out the backgrounds of different people and things they've done, people they've met. It's so interesting.
Do you find you have a lot of repeats, too? I bet people almost ask for you specifically, I bet.
Well, I drive a route in the city of Cambridge, and I very seldom leave the city. We have buses that go throughout the county and also that connect with North Branch and go to Chisago County, so you can get almost anywhere within the two counties. And then we actually have another bus that you can connect in North Branch and then go all the way to Pine City. So those are going all the time, but the city route is a little bit unique in that I do a 1-hour loop around Cambridge, so you can get just about anywhere in Cambridge within that hour time frame, and I pick up and drop off all along the way. And we do have most of the riders, I would say, are repeat riders. They are going to work, they're going to school, they're going shopping, they have medical appointments, and they really rely on the bus service to get them where they're going.
Yeah, when I was on the bus with you, like you said, we took a circle, and I believe at specific times you're at specific places, and so these folks will come out of the building and get on the bus, and you knew them by name, they knew you by name. It was comfortable, and people weren't anonymous.
Oh, not at all.
And
Not at all.
and that's what I found to be so warm and inviting is it's not like you're getting onto a bus, well, maybe the first time, but with you on the bus, and I'm sure with other bus drivers too, you're welcomed onto the bus. If you have any questions, if you want to talk about where you're going, where you got to get off or whatever, it's not like it's autonomous. You are a person that is interested in your riders.
Exactly right. It's not like taking a bus in the city. Well, first of all, our buses don't hold 40 or 50 or 60 people. They only hold a dozen, so
Sure.
we never have a load where people would be back 30 rows. They're always within talking distance, usually. And, of course, you don't have to talk to us. You can look at your phone. You can close your eyes and sleep. But we find that a lot of our passengers enjoy talking to the bus driver. A lot of people live alone, and they enjoy talking about just the everyday things that everyone talks about, the weather. We just talk about everyday things, but of course, people are free not to talk to us. And I find that the passengers actually become familiar with one another also, and they enjoy talking to each other. They become, bus friends, I guess I would call it. We try to make it a pleasant and enjoyable ride for everyone.
The world we live in today, with everything that's happened with COVID, I know on public transportation you do have to wear a mask.
That is correct.
Overall, have you found that most people are more than accommodating? Because certainly there's safety for you in that and safety for them. Most people are pretty good about it?
Yes, I would say so. The driver, of course, will always be wearing a mask, but we do have people with COPD,
Right.
Which is a breathing obstruction. And, if they lower their mask, there will be no shaming.
Right.
No one's going to say anything. My manager has said we're not the masked police. But I find that most people, if someone else is on the bus, they'll pull their mask back up. So we haven't had any issues with that.
So many people I know that are dealing with COPD, and it does become very difficult. So I'm glad that people understand that, whatever the breathing issue could be, and just be kind to each other. I don't think that's a problem for you at all, Ellen. I think kindness is probably somewhere in your name. Is it your middle name is kindness, I'm thinking?
Well, and that's what we try to promote on the bus, is let's just all give each other slack and be kind to one another. We never know what someone's going through in a day, do we? So I kind of have a mission in life, let's just make Cambridge a kinder place. I hope that my little piece of the world is a kind place for people to go.
That is an awesome way to think. And I'm kind of curious a little bit, just talking about people like you, and it can be anyone who's interested to help out on this. Can you give us just a little idea of what it takes to become a driver?
First of all, Arrowhead Transit is always looking for drivers, and not only in Isanti County and Chisago County, but all 10 counties where they serve. And some of them are up in the lake country, so if people want to work casual while they're at the cabin, that's a possibility. Okay, I just had to put that plug in.
Good job, Ellen.
Okay. To become a driver, you need to have a commercial driver's license with a passenger endorsement. You don't need the school bus, but if you come with the school bus endorsement, that's fine. We have a lot of former school bus drivers that work with us. You have to be able to pass a background check, and there are random drug and alcohol screenings. And, of course, we want conscientious drivers who pay attention to the road, attention to detail. But this is not just a driving job. This is a people job. Mm-hmm. So for people who don't really enjoy people and people are not their thing, then probably it's better for them to drive a truck full of boxes. But if you love people, this is the job for you.
I love that you put it that way. That is perfect, Ellen. And I know that we've talked a little bit with the folks from Arrowhead, so I'm not putting you on the spot here, but if someone's saying, "Oh, I've got to get an endorsement," how does that work? I recall when we chatted before, Arrowhead will help you get that designation.
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. I have seen them training drivers here. I'm usually too busy to be involved in that,
Sure.
but I have found them to be patient, trainers, and give you whatever you need to succeed.
And the Arrowhead website, you could just go on arrowhead.com. So that's very simple.
And then they have a careers button. So just go to the careers button and it will show you what's available.
So at the end of your day, what keeps you coming back to work?
Can I say the paycheck?
Well, that's a part of it, of course.
Yes, it's a part of it. I'm getting close to retirement age, so I'm not going to lie. I look forward to the time when that alarm doesn't go off at 4 in the morning.
I know that feeling.
Yes. But, it's the people. I love the people. I have so many nice people that ride with me. I just feel privileged to serve them every day. I just love a lot of the little old ladies that I help. I'll help them with their walker, and get them out of the bus, give them my hand, and they'll give me a hug before they leave because they're grateful that they can be independent.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to rely on their family for every medical appointment or for every shopping trip, and it keeps them independent, and they just enjoy riding on the bus, seeing the sights around town, and then they give me that hug at the end. It's just a wonderful thing. And I know in social distancing times we're not supposed to do that, but, every person needs physical touch, and I pull my mask down and smile at people sometimes because with the masks you can't even tell if someone's smiling or frowning. They need that love, and I get so much of it back. It's an amazing, amazing job.
I'm so glad that we had this conversation with you today, Helen, because you brought the true human aspect of what transportation's all about. The independence, yes, it's all about that, people being able to be independent, but having a connection with someone that's helping you do these different things. I'll bet you're getting paid for it in this case, but still, the relationships, that's everything. The human connection is everything, and I think we know that more now with everything that's happened with COVID than ever before. So I want to thank you for everything you're doing, and I'm going to come to Cambridge, park my car, and just find your bus.
Well, I would love to have you ride. Karen was just a delight when she was on the bus with me, and you're welcome anytime, Robin.
I appreciate that so much, Ellen. Karen, is there anything else in wrapping up here?
Well, like I said, I want to say thank you again, Ellen. You're a great representative for Arrowhead and the kind of folks that are working for Arrowhead and the bus drivers around. I thank you so much. And if anybody wants to listen to these interviews that we've been doing over the last, 6 months or so, you can just go on to the website ecentraltransit.com. They are all on there as we go. Of course, I want you to listen in to the interviews on KBEK when they air. That's just another way, if you don't have time to listen to the radio, you can go on to ecentraltransit.com, and there's contact information for me if you need to contact me for anything at all. Ellen, this has been such a pleasure having you on today. Thank you so, so very, very much. And thank you for all that you do and who you are.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Nice to talk to you.
Again, thanks for everything. And this update has been brought to you in part by our friends at MnDOT.